Ooh, could get a better TV, but we won't. Anything in this thing? Ooh, a better refrigerator, which we can't afford. Oh well. You know what, maybe we'll have ourselves a coffee. And have some sleep. Now, one could argue perhaps you shouldn't drink a coffee right before bed, but you can't tell me what to do. We're taking the bus to work. Relative pronouns. Relative pronouns, or relative rather, relative pronouns show a relationship between a noun and a clause to introduce a relative clause in a sentence. The relative clause provides describing information about the noun, people, or things. There are two kinds of relative clauses. The first is the restrictive relative clause that gives essential information about the noun. It modifies. The clause is essential in creating meaning. Therefore, it cannot be omitted from the sentence. For example, we do not know the people who vandalized the beach. The second is a non-restrictive clause that gives additional information about the noun which the sentence could still make sense. For example, the band whom everyone adores canceled their concert due to the global pandemic. The most common relative pronouns are who. We don't know the person who took the book. Whom, the witness whom we interviewed, were all classmates. Which, we did not know which sister we did not know which sister who was kidnapped. Whose, she is the student whose parents work in the White House. When, it was the day when the king abdicated his throne. Where, I will always remember it is as the happy place where I met you. Oh, I will always remember it as the happy place where I met you. And that, he picked up the fruit that was ripe. When relative pronouns who, whom, and which have a preposition, the preposition can come at the beginning or ending of the clause. I had an inspiring teacher in grade school, from whom I learned a lot of valuable life lessons. I had an inspiring teacher in grade school, whom I learned a lot of valuable life lessons from. However, when the preposition goes with that, it always comes at the end of the clause. I never met the relative that I received all the gifts from. I cannot find the knife that we cut all the fruits with. Okay. The clause is essential. Who vandalized the beach? The band canceled their okay. Gotcha. So we got essential versus a restrictive and non-restrictive. Okay. Correct the use of relative pronouns in the letter. The person who kissed me last night is my neighbor. The nightclub that I attended was dimly lit. I started dancing with a woman whose face I could not make out. Turns out that my dance partner that is a very good dancer, who is a very good dancer, is also my neighbor. As we left the club, which was about to close, she leaned over and kissed me goodnight. When she exited the door... What? When she exited the door, when was well lit? Which was well lit? I recognized her as my next door neighbor, Miss Jones. Awesome. The plane crash. Okay. Correct the use of relative pronouns. The airplane which crashed into the sea is one of the oldest in the fleet. The pilot which flew the plane... It could be the pilot who flew the plane is one of our most... Yeah. Who flew the plane is one of our most skilled aviators. The crew... The crew whom... Okay. Is it the crew which has over 40 years of combined experience, or the crew whom has over 40 years of combined experience? I'm gonna go with which. Was able to save the passengers. Thankfully, no one Thankfully, no one that was on the plane. Or, well, hold on. No one which was on... Thankfully, no one which was on the plane. Thankfully, no one that was on the plane. Thankfully, no one which was on the... It's gotta be that. Was on the plane was seriously injured or killed. The plane, which was completely destroyed, is covered by insurance. The crew whom have... No, if it was whom, it would be the crew whom have. Right? Whom have over 40 years of combined experience? The crew which has over 40 years of combined experience. Or the crew whom. I think it's gotta be which. I could be wrong about that, but... Okay, I'm not. Yay, I'm not. Let's review. Top score, top score. You guys need to play this game so I'm not the top scorer all the time. Trivia of the day. Words have a lifespan of anywhere between 1,000 and 20,000 years. More commonly used words tend to last longer. Huh. Neat. Oh, the double door fridge is on sale? Say no more! Oh, look at that. We're living the good life now. Okay, let's sleep. Alrighty, have you ever taken the subway before? And we're not gonna start today. Oh, what have we here? Indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to people, amount, or things that are not specific or not definite. Commonly pronouns ending in body. Anybody, everybody, somebody, nobody, or one. Anyone, someone, everyone, no one are used for people, while pronouns ending in thing, anything, something, everything, nothing, are used for things. Some indefinite pronouns are either singular or plural. However, some can be singular but also plural in a different context. Therefore, the verb should always agree with the pronouns accordingly. See the following list for categorization. So we got singular indefinite pronouns. We got another, anybody, anyone, anything, each, either, enough, everybody, everything, everyone, less, little, much, neither, no one, no thing, nobody, other, someone, somebody, something, an unidentified you. What? Plural indefinite pronouns are both few, fewer, many, others, several, they. Singular plural indefinite pronouns, all, the whole quantity of something or of something's going on. Any, no matter how much or how many. More, a greater quantity of something or a greater number of people or things. Most, the majority or nearly all. None, not any, or no person or persons. Some, unspecified quantity of something or an unspecified number of people or things. Such, of the type already specified. After singular indefinite pronouns, we use singular verbs. However, when referring back to the pronoun, we use a plural pronoun. Everybody at the park loves ice cream. They form a line for the second serving. Okay. To make a possessive, simply add an apostrophe s to an indefinite pronoun. She came on somebody's car. Okay, great. In affirmative sentences, someone is used to describe an indefinite quantity. Every is used to describe a complete quantity, and no is used to describe an absence. Indefinite pronouns with no are often used in affirmative sentences with a negative meaning. Indefinite pronouns formed with any can be used in affirmative sentences with a meaning that is close to every, whichever person. You can be anyone you wish to be, whichever place. He can be anywhere in the world right now, whichever thing. Buy anything from the store if it makes you happy. Then there are negative sentences. Are formed with the indefinite pronoun any. I don't know anyone at the new job. Many negative sentences with any can be changed into affirmative sentences with a negative meaning by using an indefinite pronoun with no. I know nobody at the new job. However, there is a change in meaning with this transformation. The sentence that includes an indefinite pronoun with no is stronger and can imply emotional content such as defensiveness. I don't have anything to give versus I have nothing to give. Helplessness. I don't have anywhere to go. I have nowhere to go. Anger. There isn't anyone I could talk to. There is nobody I could talk to. A negative question. Indefinite pronouns with every, some, or any can be used. These questions can usually be answered with a yes or no. Pronouns formed with any and every are used to form true questions. Is there anywhere we can go and talk? While those with some generally imply a question to which we already know or suspect the answer. Are you looking for something? By changing these questions into negative, it turns the question into false or rhetorical ones. For example, are you looking for something? Becomes, aren't you looking for something? Okay. Alright, find the indefinite pronouns. Market recall recommendation. Indefinite pronoun. I'm writing to you about the drug X-4313. I observe that many of my clients experience severe side effects, and I reckon that this may lead to several long-term unwanted conditions. Many of my colleagues have observed this as well. I highly recommend taking it immediately off the market and checking the production before something happens. No one wants to be responsible for the deaths of people because of a production error. No one was like last time, right? Wait, or is it this one? Or demonstrative? Interrogative? Or was it this one? Maybe. Okay, hold on. Is it no one? Okay, yeah. Several. Possibly. Let me see if there's anything better. Writing to you about a drug, observe that many of my clients have severe side effects and reckon that this may lead to several unwanted conditions. My colleagues have observed this as well. I highly recommend taking the immediately off the market and checking the production for something happens. No one wants to be responsible for the deaths of people because of a production error. It's gotta be several, right? Yeah, okay. Very good. Correct use of indefinite pronouns in this letter. I am going to disregard your vicious attacks on one of NBC's most beloved executives and focus on your supposed legal claims. I've reviewed all your letters. All, maybe? These are frivolous and some... What? And none of them will stand up in court. They are of the... What? They are of the first things... Oh. One of the first things that contestants on our show do is sign a waiver where they assume another... What? Where they assume another and no one risks? And something is clearly wrong there. Where they... Any and all risks involved. Anyone competing on American Ninja Extreme Edition knows that falling into a water hazard filled with crocodiles and piranha poses an extreme risk. And it could be all too. All competing on. But I think anyone competing would work fine too. No, if it was all, then this no should be singular, right? Because if it was all competing on American Ninja Extreme Edition, know that falling. Versus knows. Okay, yeah. Here, Piranha. Many knows. Everyone knows it's not smart to fill a water hazard with crocodiles and piranhas. Apparently, one person does not, and that is the NCC executive, whose short-sightedness has caused my client much pain and suffering. The doctors are amazed at my client still being alive. None would have suspected he would survive being attacked by a shoal of piranhas. Those are dangerous, to say the least. Nobody with half a brain should know... Anybody with half a brain should know better. Needless to say, we'll be suing everyone involved. Okay. Okay. Correcting... Oh, jeez. Nothing has... Nobody has found the waiver, but... I'm confident... Somebody will. Some competing on American Shogun Extreme Edition signed a waiver. Everyone competing. So I am certain... Thing. Everyone competing on American Shogun Extreme Edition signed a waiver, so I'm certain one will be found. Much has been said about the importance of the waiver, but as everyone knows, no thing. No one falls into a pool of crocodiles and piranhas without getting roughed up. Neither member of the staff. Each member of the staff is looking for that pesky waiver just to make legal happy. Something will find it soon. Someone will find it soon. Okay. Pretty happy about today. Perfect. Very nice. How's the work looking? Top score all around. Great. Loom, teeny tiny minute of your time, please. Sure thing, boss. We have received reports that the Resistance decided to send documents through our grammar validation system. Due to the mandatory verified document mandate, these documents are sometimes encrypted. If you come across such a document, report it to me directly immediately. Failure to report is a criminal offense with capital punishment. Of course, boss. Leave it to me. Dang it, I'm digging myself deeper with every minute. I have to get out of this somehow. True of the day. In isogram is a word or phrase in which each letter appears the same number of times. For example, the word dialogue uses each letter once. Well, that's not all that impressive, is it? Like, what would be more impressive would be a word like... See, I've thought of a few, but I don't but you know, none of them I actually want to say on camera. Noon. N-O-O-N. Both, all letters appear twice. Anyways, back to the game. Oh, the great box. Look at that. Ooh. We'll just sleep. Yay, I got some coffee. The news, your most trusted news source. Recall of drug as it has dangerous side effects. The pharmacy industry recalls the drug X-4313, also known as a painkiller. It seems that there was a mistake in the production that could lead to life-threatening side effects. Taking the subway today. So why the heck not? Alright, review week. We got this. Correct the irregular nouns. Here is the shopping list for Dad's big birthday bash. I need you to buy 3 potatoes, that should be an E. 4 tomatoes, same deal. 6 fish. Don't get trouts, because Dad hates trouts. 2 squids. I think it's a squid. And 7 loaves of bread. Dad has been unhappy with his previous parties. So I want this to be special. Perfect. Next up, find all the intensive pronouns. Intensive. You yourself are at fault for this mess. We'd like to continue working ourselves. However, until our demand is met, your human employees will have to complete the work themselves. Each floor itself should have been... We already did this one. Get out of here. Your new friends. Find the plural nouns. Congratulations on rescuing a cat and a dog. This is actually your 3rd rescue if you count Joseph. Now you have the animals and Joseph to take care of. I'm not going to say anything about the situation other than to say you know which two I'd have to keep if you had to take one or the other. Nor will I add that Joseph's manners are better than any dog or cat. Sorry, dear. I know you asked me not to say anything bad about Joseph or any of your past husbands. Is congratulations technically a plural noun? Wow, who would have thought? Let's see. What do we got? Third, rescue if you count Joseph. Anything out of the situation that's a... Plural nouns. Okay, plural nouns. On rescuing a cat and a dog. This is actually your third rescue if you count Joseph. Now you have the animals and Joseph to take care of. I'm not going to say anything about the situation other than to say, you know which two I'd have to keep if you had to take one or the other. Nor will I add that Joseph's manners... Oh, manners, there we go. Find the demonstrative pronouns. Dear Dr. Zoe, I have stumbled upon the precise correlation between zodiac signs and personality types. We already did this. It's astounding and down to earth. Those really are usually realistic people and loud, expressive personality types. These are typically people born under fire signs. Air signs are aloof. That's true too. And those born under water signs can be rather emotional. How incredible. There's one more. Oh, this is astounding. Yeah. Boom. Take me home. Give me a promotion. Look at that. Man, someone did... Yeah, people did better than me on this one. Yeah, well. Continue. Promotion. Gnome versus Nadine. Alright. Correct use of the relative pronouns. The man which would be king... Who Would Be King is a great movie. Sean Connery, who stars in the film, is one of my favorite actors. Okay, next then. Your client, your client's case is rather curious. How does an 8-year-old boy's case suddenly get dismissed? The detective's evidence seems to tie your client to the robbery. However, Judge Small's decision for lack of evidence, possibly Judge Small's is known for decisions. Detective Kings. What's this? Oh, I've been promoted to an intense intern. Huzzah! My office has been upgraded. Awesome. No item available. A neon potion. 40% stamina. What have we here? Trivia of the day. There are 24 different dialects of English in the US. Neat. Okay, well then. I mean, that's 2 promotions. And I'd say that's a pretty decent place to end off this weekend series. I'm having a lot of fun with this so far, which is impressive given that, it's very much in kind of educational game and wears it on its sleeve, it would seem. It's literally just correcting grammar, but they seem to be doing something right. I'm having a good time with it. Who knows, if any of y'all have like children that need to learn grammar or something, maybe consider getting this for them, or yeah. There was that one kind of grammatical issue. Well, not really grammatical. I think that was just kind of a programming typo, honestly. But aside from that, it's been going very well. It's a relatively small, unknown game on Steam, so if this does interest you, I encourage you to check it out, support the developers. But, and if you want to see more, I honestly have no idea how this was to actually watch, if I am entertaining to watch correct grammar or not. If I am, then, leave comments, show your support, and who knows, maybe we'll play some more Grammarian Ltd in the future. But anyways, guys, until next time, I have been CMeeCraft, and I will catch you in the next video, whether more Grammarian Ltd or something else. Goodbye.